Well, I'm out at Hughes Water Gardens with Eamonn Hughes. And Eamonn, today we are going to be putting what would normally be a water bowl, but we're going to do a little twist up on it.
Yeah.
So let's start right from the beginning with the bowl.
Yeah. Well, this is a regular bowl. It has a hole in the bottom, so we don't have to get a specific water bowl. So doing it this way, you can have some aquatic plants and terrestrial plants.
Yeah.
So that you just broaden your palette of plants you can have.
And you have to have a hole in the bowl if you put the soil in, because the plants that are in the soil are going to need to drain. So, okay, that makes sense.
And we're going to place in the center here a small reservoir to hold the water, contain it in that place, and we'll recirculate through whatever ornament we decide to use today.
Let's get to it then.
Okay. So we had this bottom in, we put a little bit of soil in,
Uh-huh.
and then we place in the reservoir. And just find, you don't have to, you may have something around the house that would work for this. You don't have to go out and buy it. I mean,
whatever would hold water
would
within a bowl here.
And then you can start choosing little, like a very pretty, look at
Yeah, that's lovely. And you know what I like about this is you don't often think about a water feature with these types of plants.
You don't. So you could actually do the whole surround of this with sedums and other plants that require very little water. So you don't have to keep much water going on the bowl except to keep the reservoir going in the center.
Yeah.
So pick something that'll be of a lot of interest to you. This is another one. It's called a zebra quill. Isn't that really pretty?
Yep.
Come in bulbs.
It's beautiful foliage on that too.
And in springtime you have a really wonderful pink raceme flower on it.
Nice.
Just going in there. And then for a little bit of contrast against that, I'll do some sea campion.
That's such a beautiful plant.
Isn't that lovely? And the other thing about this is we can get that to flow over the edge of the bowl. So it's nice to get something that will flow down the edge. You have your upright pieces, and then you have some small tight things that will come in around the rocks here.
And really, I would think, Eamonn, that it's totally up to the creator. If they want something that like is set up against a wall, you would have a different shape. It's really up to the person building it.
And you can get a higher dimension here. You go with a taller plant on the back if this was set up. I'm doing one here that could be viewed centrally, more on a patio. And this is a lovely little Anisera, Nitida, called Twiggy. Many people are probably familiar with the Bagason's Gold, which is a bigger variety of this.
And this one stays a bit smaller.
And this stays smaller. It just gives a little bit of interest on the side there.
And of course, you always have to have the moss. It's such a cool cover.
If you're Irish or Scottish, you've got to have a bit of the homeland.
And I believe we represent both of those right here between us, don't we?
We do indeed. So this again will naturalize over the edge.
Yeah, and I like the way it's going even over the water edge here too. Yeah. That's really going to be cool.
We'll just get another sea campion. Maybe just to balance this out here.
Nice.
And again over the top. And this will flower all through the summer. These are very pretty flowers on them.
And then once those are in, and this is how you want it to be set, what would be the next step that you would consider?
The next is we have to create something in here that will support whatever ornamentation we want to put on it. What I used in this case was one of our planting baskets and just punched a hole in it to receive the pipe.
Again, echoing what you said earlier about use what, it's not
whatever's
an exact
around,
science.
You don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on it. And then these small pumps, are very efficient. They use very little electricity. So that will just drop into the bottom of the bowl.
And then you're just
And then this will come in on top. And that's just to support. And then what I thought we would do on this one was use one of these nice earthen. It sort of complements the bottom.
Yep.
We'll connect this up with the pump below.
And then it just sets right there.
That will just set there. And what we'll do now is we'll just dress all of this out with some rock in that, fill it with water, and get it flowing.
All right, let's get to it.
Stick it on there. One of the ornaments.
Wow, Eamonn, this really looks good. I have to say though, why did you decide to switch the Echeveria out?
Well, I thought that a little third dimension here would look really well, and this is one of our native blue rushes. It'll do very well there, and it just gives a nice backdrop to this particular bowl.
Yeah.
If you went with another ornament down there, a little spitting frog or something down the bottom, then I might say the Escavalier would be fine in there. So why don't we just plug her in and see if we get the flow right?
Because it looks beautiful just like this, but the water adds that extra element.
And in sizing the pump, go to your local store and talk to them about what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You don't want something spewing up here that will go all over the yard. You have a very small reservoir there. So what you want here is, I'm hoping this just hugs the bowl, comes down, hits the little ornamentation, so you get the movement of water and glistening on it. And
there you go.
Hey, it works.
Well, and you act surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Of course it works. And you know, Eamonn, I think that what I love about this type of gardening is that really, whether you have a one-bedroom apartment with a tiny little patio or a mansion, this kind of stuff works and can really add charm and elegance to any place you put them.
It is. And once you gather all the equipment and everything in place, all the plants and everything you need, it really only took us 10 minutes to put it together.
It's not a long thing.
No.
Well, you know, I think that if this is intriguing you, and I can't believe that it doesn't because it's just charming, you can come out to Hughes Water Gardens and talk to them and their staff, and they'll give you ideas. They'll help you even put stuff together, pick out the right plants, the pumps, everything that they need to do this is right here.
Yeah.
So go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. Eamonn, it really is always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, William. Bye.